guys. Okay, you guys, let's talk about these fractions here. Now, normally with fractions, we like to see fractions that look like this, that have a numerator that is the smallest on the top, okay? We like to see that small number on the top. That is a proper fraction with a numerator that is smaller than the denominator, okay? See how nice those all look? Small on top and bigger on the bottom. Small on top, bigger on the bottom. Small on top, bigger on the bottom. Those are proper fractions. Now, sometimes you'll come across some fractions that are not proper. They are improper fractions, like so. We do not want to keep them this way, okay? Now, so to fix these, I'm going to show you how to fix those, okay? But when we fix them, they will be not improper fractions anymore. They will be mixed numbers. Let me show you why. Now, let's start with this first one. We'll do the 6 halves, that first one on paper. 6 halves. And I say halves because the bottom number, the denominator, is a 2. Okay, so that means that the shape is going to have 2 pieces. Remember that, okay? So, 2 pieces. How many pieces I have to color in? 6. This is not enough to color in 6. It has to have 2 pieces because the bottom says it. Okay. Forgive my drawing. Pretend like they're the same size. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now I have 6 halves. But notice, it's not one shape. Like we normally would have one shape and then write how many in that one shape that's colored in. When it's improper, we have however many pieces have to be shaded out of how many the shape is broken into. The bottom number tells me how many pieces to break the shape into. Top number tells me how many to color in. Okay, so that one shape has to be broken into 2 pieces. See, both of those, all 3 of these are broken into 2 pieces. And the only way I can get 6 shaded was to give me 3 shapes. So this is really how many shapes? How much do we have colored in here? If you notice, this is one hole, another hole, and another hole. So total really equals 3. Now, instead of me drawing the picture, I could just pull groups of 2 out of there. Remember, for a whole, this really means 2 over 2. This is 2 over 2. And this one is 2 over 2. Remember we talked about that before? Okay, good, good. So, and we know that when you have the same number as the numerator and the denominator, it equals 1 whole. So instead of me drawing the picture and doing that, I could just take this fraction right here and get a different color. And I could say, you know what? How many 2s can I pull out of that 6? So I could break this up and say, wait a minute, let me write the 6 halves here. And then I can subtract 2 out. Okay, I'm going to subtract 2 out of there. I really don't even need this bottom, okay, because we know that the denominator is going to stay the same. So if I subtract 2 out of that 6, I'm going to have 4 left, 4 halves left. But remember, if I did keep that bottom, that's still going to be 1 whole. So I know that equals 1 whole. But then look, it's still improper. So I can still subtract another 2 out of there. 2 out of 2. Let's go ahead and keep that bottom on there so you don't get confused. Okay? So this one, remember, is going to be 1 whole. So I took that 2 out of the 4. Now, what's going to be left? 4 take away 2 is 2. We still can take a 2 away from 2 to have nothing left over there. So 2 minus 2, 2 over 2, is going to give us 0 left. Or I could say 0 over 2, but really don't need that. If it's a 0 on the top, that means nothing is shaded in. That means you have nothing. Okay? So, and this became 1 whole. All right? So if we add all of these up, that will give us our 3 whole. We don't even need a fraction. Okay? Let's try another one. Let's see. Let me see what the next problem was. 5/3. Okay, we did that one. Let's do 5/3. Okay, 5/3. Now, once again, remember, this bottom number, the denominator, down for denominator, is telling us there's 3 pieces, okay, in the shape. So let's make a shape with 3 pieces. I'm not an artist, but I can pretend to be. So we need 5 shaded out of the 3 pieces. That's not going to be enough. So let's make one more shape with 3 pieces. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 1 whole and only 2 shaded out of the 3 right here. So what would the fraction be for this? 2. I know you know it. That's right, 2/3. Okay, so this would be our answer right here. This mixed number with a whole number and a fraction. Okay, so this really becomes this. Let's try another one. I like that. All right, so our next one is 12/5. Let's do it. Ooh, this might not be enough paper to do our 12/5 on. But this is telling me, what does this denominator tells me? My shape is going to be broken up into 5 pieces. Okay, so let's do it. This one's going to be a little bit more difficult. It's 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'd be 10. I can get 10 pieces out of that one, but that won't be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so 12. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I need 12. 11, 12. Okay, so now I have 12 pieces shaded in. Remember, the denominator says I have to have my shape broken into 5 pieces. So I broke my shape into 5 pieces. And the numerator says you have to color in 12 out of those 5 pieces. So that means more than one shape, okay? So now I have how many total shapes colored in? 1, 2. So 2 whole shapes colored in. And then I have only 2 little pieces out of that 5. So the fraction for this would be 2 colored in out of the total pieces of 5. Got it? Okay. I hope this is getting easier for you. One more. And if this is enough for you, you can go ahead and stop. But we'll do one more just in case somebody needs that. One more. Okay, we've done those 3. Now let's do 8 halves. Okay. So 8 halves. That tells me break that shape up into 2 pieces. Okay, so I'm going to get my shape, break it into 2 pieces. But this tells me color in 8. So I need more of those shapes. So that's 4.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, if you want to hear who wins the book project today, you better listen up before you leave.
I'll just write it out.
Anybody interested? The numbers are
1, 2, 3,
number
4, 5,
30,
6, 7, 8.
number 30,
This is going to work out.
number 67, number 4, and number 80. You are all winners. 30, 67, 4, and 80.
Teacher
Look at office and claim your prize.
Okay, back to it now. All right, so to color in 8 pieces, I have my shape broken into 2. To color in 8 pieces, I have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, it just so happens that it works out that there's none left over in a shape, okay? So, 1, 2, how many whole shapes are colored in? Total of 4. That's it. 4 total shapes colored in. All right. Now, if it so happened if this was a 9, let's pretend like it was a 9. Now, let's go back and change it to a 9. That means this is not enough shapes. I have to make another shape that's a half and color in one more piece. So now I have 8, 9 colored in. So I have 4 total shapes that's colored in totally, but then only have one piece out of that shape there. One piece out of 2. So my answer would be 4 1/2. I hope this helps a lot. Rewind it, watch it again if you need to.